Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. Today I want to dive into some Ethereum analysis and stick to Ethereum today and cover why I think that Ethereum will be hitting $20,000 in this next cycle. This is something I've talked about a lot over the last few months, and this is something that I'm really expecting to have happen, which is why today I want to dive into some more Ethereum analysis, show you guys all of my favorite charts that perfectly explain why I'm so bullish on the long term, and why we're about to be seeing a massive rally coming very soon. If you're new and just finding this channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to this channel for more updates. Always remember, guys, to click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos like the one provided for you here. And always remember, guys, to join the fastest growing and the very best Discord community out there in crypto. My server has over 17,000 members and growing so fast. If you want to congregate with the rest of my community, share your thoughts, feelings, and perspectives on the market, then make sure you guys sign up today by clicking inside the description of this video, and there you're going to find the invitation link to my server. On the server, I also offer my VIP content like my video course and signals. So if you guys ever want to copy every trade that I take, follow my entire long-term portfolio, as well as get access to private VIP videos that I only make for members of my Discord, then make sure you stay all the way to the end of this video, because then I'm going to take a couple minutes to explain how you guys can get signed up, the pros of doing so, and what it's going to take to get you guys going today. One final thought before we jump into the video, guys, is I have this amazing free study guide that you guys can download today. It's free for anybody that wants it. It's a study guide that I spent a lot of time dedicating towards making for new guys getting into the market that want to know a little bit more knowledge on how to be profitable and how the markets work. This is why I've made it for you guys, and it's free, so make sure you download that. And with all that being said, let's jump right into this amazing video today. Alrighty guys, so to start off this video, we're going to be taking a look at ETH against the US dollar, ETH against USDT, and then Ethereum against Bitcoin, because both of these charts are going to perfectly show why I'm so bullish, and they're going to map out really why I think that Ethereum is going to be destined for such a big bull run. Now, a lot of people, when they hear the idea of a $20,000 Ethereum, they automatically start to tense up, and they just automatically think that you're dumb for saying such a thing. But the thing that people don't realize about these markets is the fact that when we start a parabolic bull run, the amount of money that floods into these market caps is oftentimes unheard of, and it really blows everybody's out of the water. Everybody's expectations are just far surpassed, and nobody can really expect to see a whole lot inside of markets, because we're always so surprised when all of this stuff actually comes to fruition. At the end of the day, we might have our ideas of what's going to happen when we jump into a market, but until it actually goes parabolic, we have no idea what's in store for us. And the same thing is going to happen with Ethereum, because I remember what happened in the last cycle. All the way back in the last cycle, Ethereum was, well, I bought Ethereum originally at $5, so it was about right down in here. Originally I bought Ethereum at $5, and nobody at the time ever foresaw Ethereum being worth $1,450. And we ended up getting that within a year. You know, 2017 rolls around and Ethereum just goes virtually vertical. And this is what happened with all of those cryptos out there, guys. And the same thing is going to happen again, because when we look at Ethereum, Ethereum has literally only ever had one cycle, right? When we go back to the last cycle, and all it ever did was pump and then dump, right? This entire move is just a one cycle impulse. This entire thing. We've only ever had a bull run, a bear market, and then we're in the consolidation as we're now leaving the bear market, heading into this new bull run. And so that's why I personally think that this one is going to be even bigger than the last cycle. Because for the first time ever, we now have real institutions that are buying Ethereum. Grayscale has accumulated 3% of the Bitcoin, or Grayscale has accumulated 3% of the Ethereum supply just by themselves already. And so these are just single institutions. What happens when more start jumping in? What happens when there becomes even more use cases around Ethereum, where governments are using it, where major corporations, major institutions are all using it? That's where we're going to see the real fireworks start to fly. And I believe that that happens in this cycle. And really, guys, up to this point, when we look at Ethereum today, it's following along perfectly to our plan. You know, we went through this big long period of accumulation, this big rounded structure, and now we're actually starting to break out and go on the upside. And this is what I really think is exciting, and what most everybody should be paying attention for, is just the fact that everything that we're seeing right now inside of Ethereum is just steady accumulation. We went through this sideways choppy range, right? And I'll draw that for you guys right here. So this eternal chop that we went through already, we already went through all of this ranging, right? That was something that we've already been through. And in fact, we ranged within this consolidation for approximately, a little over 700 days. So 700 days worth of consolidation, we went sideways. Just sideways, guys. We didn't do anything. Just chopping back and forth, up and down. And now, since about, July, maybe August of this year, we've actually broken out of that consolidation range, and now we're starting to make higher highs. And so what this tells me, guys, is the bull run is very much here. We've left the accumulation range, and we are now in the part of the cycle where we're just going to be seeing the market's uptrend. And that's why we can see us grinding on this trend line that we've built thus far. Now, watching this on the short time frames, yes, it's possible we could dip back down to retest this trend line before going up again. This is not something that we should just automatically conclude is impossible to happen, because we've seen it happen 2 other times up to this point, and we can continue to see this kind of be the case. We continue to grind up this trend line as we break higher and higher, closer towards all-time highs, and then that's ultimately what's going to take us to price discovery, which is where I do think we're going to see that $20,000 price target. Now, when we zoom out, we're actually going to go take a look at what a $20,000 Ethereum would look like. If we zoom out to a 20K Ethereum, that takes us all the way over to about here. Now, a $20,000 Ethereum, as you guys probably know, or if you don't know, that would actually flip the market cap of Bitcoin, depending on what the price of Bitcoin was. I mean, as of right now, if Bitcoin goes up to 250K and Ethereum goes to 20,000, then we might actually have this scenario where Ethereum actually flips Bitcoin in market cap. And this is something that a lot of people get pissed at me for saying. But at the end of the day, guys, I see a lot more utility inside of Ethereum than I do with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an amazing store of value. So the big difference here between Bitcoin and Ethereum is Bitcoin is the store of value, and Ethereum is more just the layer that we use to build all of our applications. And Ethereum is just the layer that we use to build all of our applications, issue our smart contracts, because about 80% plus of the total cryptos out there rely upon Ethereum or are built upon Ethereum in some way. And this is the reason, because ultimately it was Ethereum that allowed us to program and build our own decentralized applications. And so this is why we're seeing such a big craze in DeFi. So much development, so much infrastructure is being developed under Ethereum. And this is why I expect that it has the potential, and why I personally believe it will flip Bitcoin's market cap at some point. Maybe not in this next cycle, but maybe in the next cycle after. And it could happen in this next cycle. We really have no idea. What I can say is that there's so much infrastructure on Ethereum, and so much of what makes crypto is all built on Ethereum. And so that's why I personally think that we're going to be seeing it go so crazy in this next cycle. And really, when we draw our $20,000 price target, we look at it, this isn't anything uncharacteristic of prior market cycles that we've seen. And if I go back and show you guys a couple prior market cycles, you're going to know what I mean. Look at the size of this. Look at how the previous all-time high here at about $1,450. Look how this is just a little blip in the grand scheme of things, right? It's a little tiny blip. This is exactly what's going to happen again. We're going to go through a massive bull run. It's going to turn this previous all-time high into just a little speck on the chart, and this is the way these market cycles work. Now I'm going to share with you guys prior market cycles and how it's looked exactly the same as what we're seeing today in Ethereum. So when we come all the way back to the last cycle inside of Bitcoin, I think that you guys are going to start to understand kind of what I mean here, because this is the exact same thing that happened with Bitcoin. They go through these big hype cycles, these big pumps, these sharp crashes, and then it literally makes the prior cycle look dwarfed by the end of this. And we don't have the prior cycle on this chart specifically, but we're going to go back to 2015 when we topped, or 2013, I should say, when we topped at $1,150. And then we're going to go all the way to the top of 20,000. And I'm going to share with you guys kind of what I'm expecting to have happen with Ethereum, because ultimately this is what I expect to play out, right? Where the price is going to go super parabolic, we're going to go crazy, and then it's going to turn the prior cycle to a little blip on the grand scheme of things. And this is exactly what I think is going to happen with Ethereum. I think that Ethereum is going to go to $20,000. It's going to follow closely to what Bitcoin did in the last cycle, and we're going to see another one of these previous all-time highs look like a nothing on the grand scheme of things. Guys, you got to have the foresight You got to have the foresight to be able to see these things before they happen. And this is just simply the way market cycles work. Ethereum is such a big powerhouse inside of this market that anybody that's saying that Ethereum won't hit $20,000 is honestly just making a big assumption that I think is going to be proven false. Now, I've come out here on this channel and said a lot of pretty crazy things, made a lot of bold statements like my XRP price predictions and all of that. But at the end of the day, guys, Ethereum literally topped out at $1,450, right? About $1,450 Ethereum topped out. So why is it so crazy to assume that we can't hit 20,000 at the top of this next cycle? That really isn't even that high when you factor in all of these scenarios. And really, guys, with the amount of money that's going to be flooding into Ethereum because of the crypto craze, because of DeFi, because of ICOs, all of these different things, we're going to continue to see Ethereum blow up. And there's going to be a lot of money that's flooding into here. There's going to be a lot of people that are flocking into Ethereum just to get out of the failing financial system. They're going to look to Bitcoin, they're going to look to Ethereum, because those are going to be the two leaders for the most part. Now, let's actually dive into the Bitcoin pair for Ethereum, because I think that this is arguably an even more bullish chart in a lot of ways. So here we are, guys, taking a look at ETH versus Bitcoin. And I want to talk to you guys about this because this is really showcasing why we are getting ready for a massive rally inside of the altcoins. Because at the end of the day, guys, if Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, that means that altcoins are really having their heyday and they're outperforming Bitcoin as well. Not all of them, but the majority of them will be. If Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, it shows that we're in a time of strong trend towards altcoins. Because Ethereum is the biggest altcoin. It's the driver of value for the altcoins. And so if Ethereum can outperform Bitcoin based off of this chart, then it perfectly shows that altcoins are really in the lead of what's going on with the consolidation. And so when I look at this chart, guys, I just can't stop but getting when I look at this chart, I just can't help but getting excited for this because ultimately I can see the very early stages of an altcoin bull run. And this is where everybody makes so much money in the process, and it's a super fun time that I'm really excited to see everybody else kind of jump on board with. You know, I've been here for the prior cycles. I've seen how these things go, and I'm excited to see you guys for the first time ever getting your opportunity to make the same money that I have and many others have in the process. Now, really what I want to talk to you guys about today is just the current consolidation that we are seeing with Ethereum versus Bitcoin, because I personally just get so excited when I see this chart because it just shows that all the altcoins are about to go crazy. Now, the most important thing to understand here is we just have this big rounded bottom structure, right? This is a formation that happens when accumulation is taking place. Rounded bottom formations come at the bottom of a bearish trend, right before that trend reverses, and then we start a new bullish cycle. The bigger the rounded bottom, the bigger the impulse is going to be on the upside. And so the fact that we've seen Ethereum really start rounding out as long as we have, that's a very bullish looking setup. And I think that that's really good that we are seeing this because it's going to create a much bigger sustained uptrend in its place. Now, when I look at this chart, I see a couple different things. Now, the first thing that I'm watching for is this inverse head and shoulder formation. And I really do believe that we're going to see a breakout of this fairly soon, within the next couple months. So here we have the neckline. This is going to be the resistance level, and this is what we actually have to break out of to confirm the reversal in Ethereum. So we have the left shoulder right here, we have the head right here, and then we have the right shoulder right here. We generally like to see a lot of volume in this right shoulder. So if we zoom in here, unfortunately, I'm actually looking at a Poloniex chart, so you guys got to understand that the volume looks completely screwed up because when Ethereum was first around during the ICO, and then shortly after that when it got added to exchanges, Poloniex actually had the highest volume, and obviously now Poloniex is nothing as far as volume goes for exchanges, so that's why the volume is basically non-existent. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to look at that metric, but normally inside of these right shoulders, what you want to see is the volume starting to be kind of high breakout. Sometimes you see it in the head, sometimes you see it in the shoulder, but you want to see high volume in the shoulder because that's ultimately what's going to be the breakout point of this neckline. So we have the neckline here at 0.04 Ethereum, at 0.04 Bitcoin, and we need to break out of that to confirm the reversal. So we need to see something like this. Breakout, retest, and then that would ultimately take us up much higher. I think that we'd be closing out to about a 0.085 on the Bitcoin. And so when we look at this chart, guys, we can see that we're in the early stages of a reversal. I think that we're in the latter stages before we ultimately do start breaking out of this resistance, and that's going to take us up to some of these prior resistance levels. We need to be watching out for this, guys, because Ethereum is showing the reversal is here. Ethereum is showing that the trend is switching from more to a Bitcoin dominance to one more of an altcoin dominance, which is always what you see when Bitcoin breaks all-time highs. Every time Bitcoin breaks all-time highs, the altcoins go crazy. Bitcoin's right at those all-time highs again, and what's happening with Ethereum? Well, it's showing that a reversal is about to take place. So it's pretty much just following perfectly to what happens when we watch these market cycles with Bitcoin, and now comes the point where we're all able to make a lot of money off of the altcoins, which you've been waiting for so long. So anyways, guys, this is the video I had for you. I just wanted to take a couple minutes to explain why I'm so bullish on Ethereum, why I'm so bullish on the fact that why I genuinely believe that Ethereum could hit $20,000 in this next cycle, and that's really why I'm going to be holding to these high price targets, and why I'm going to be scaling up based off of time frames, because at the end of the day, I have no idea how high it's going to go, but I do believe that we're going to see some crazy high I honestly think that we're going to see some crazy expansive bull cycles over the next year of 2021, something we haven't seen before, which is why I'm just preparing myself, why I'm seeing all of these signs are pointing towards Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin. It's why I've invested so heavily into Ethereum over the last 6 months, and even over the last year specifically. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to give you guys this update so you're aware, so that we know what to expect with Ethereum moving forward. As we wrap up this video, I want to take a couple minutes to explain how you guys can sign up for my VIP content. For the people that like what I do on this channel, for the people that want to support what I do, and most importantly, for the people that want to make the most money for themselves, you guys should really check out my VIP packages on my Discord server. I offer the video course, which is 20 educational videos that will teach you guys the ins and outs of trading and investing. And then I also have my VIP signals for the ability to copy every trade that I take, follow my entire long-term portfolio. And so these are 2 packages that I spent a lot of time dedicating towards making for you guys, for people that want to just learn how to trade, specifically want to learn how to do technical analysis on the charts. My video course is going to be the thing for you. For the people that want to just come in and copy my portfolio, follow every trade that I take and make the same gains with me, my signals are going to be the thing for you. Now, you guys can purchase them together or separate. If you can only pick one, I always recommend going with the signals first, because the signals are going to be the thing that allows you guys to get the extra profit, so then you guys can make more money in the markets, because making money is the most important thing here. That's why we're all invested inside of the crypto space. So once again, guys, links are provided for you in the description of this video. You guys can purchase them together or separate. If you don't want to sign up for any of my VIP stuff, I do have a free ebook that you can download as well. This is an amazing guide for new guys getting into the market that want to know a little bit more of the ins and outs of trading and investing, want to understand it a little bit deeper before they jump in and start investing money. I do have that free ebook. I've also got a 10-part quiz packed in there so you guys can go through, read the contents of the ebook, and then quiz yourself so you retain all of that knowledge learned. Links are provided for you in the description. And with all that being said, guys, I will catch you in the next video. As always, peace out.